I declare the convocation open.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Dr. Bernard Bigot, Director General, ITER Organization, the chief guest of today's function. Dr. Singh, Director General of the University, distinguished member of the Board of Governors, august member of the Academic Council, invited guest, faculty and staff member, graduating students, their parents and family members, alumni, representative of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure in congratulating the graduating students of Institute of Technology, Pharmacy, Science, Management and Law, and those who have successfully completed their program in different disciplines from the university. My special congratulations to the PhD recipients who have pursued scholarship in the different branches of the knowledge. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bigot, who has been the Director General of ITER since March 2015. He has been closely associated with ITER since France bid to host the project in 2003. In 2008, he was delegated by the French government to act as a high representative for the implementation of ITER in France. In his long and distinguished career, Dr. Bigot has held several senior positions prior to his appointment at ITER. He completed 2 terms as a chairman and CEO of the France Alternative Energy and Atomic Energy Commission. Dr. Bigot was trained at the École Normale Supérieure de Saint-Cloud and hold an aggregation in physical science and a PhD in chemistry. Author of over 70 publications on theoretical chemical, Dr. Bigot was also the director of the Institute de Recherche sur la Catalyse. In parallel to these academic responsibilities, he worked at the ministerial level as a head of the scientific and technical mission, Director General of Research at Technology and Deputy Director. He is Commander in the French Order of the Vision of Honor, a Commander in the Royal Swedish Order of the Polar State, and an officer in the French Order of the National Merit. In October 2014, he received the Gold and Silver Star in the Japanese Order of the Rising Sun. Dear graduating, you are standing at the historical crossroad of the civilization. The society is entering into the 4th industrial revolution under these. Physical, biological, and digital forms exchange with each other. It will constantly change the faces of technology, biology, physicals, and new technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and intent of things are emerging, and they will change our lives significantly. How we do prepare for them as a society and an individual? We have to develop new perspective and skill to match the emerging challenges. Protecting environment is another major challenge before the humanity. Our environment has been damaged badly, and consequences are now apparent. Ultimately, flood, rising temperature, and extreme cold in some places are the warning signs. All of us have to make effort to address the environment crisis and initiate action to save our earth. Science and technology can help us in our effort to protect the environment. A university is not just a place to educate bright students, but also a social institution to create socially committed citizens. Nirma graduates have made important contribution to the community around them. I urge you to be an agent of change and to go to people who need your support. A university does not change a society by itself. Rather, it does to through these alumni. Therefore, we have high expectation from you to work for the society beside pushing your vocation. Our society has moved forward. We are more dynamic, open, and accommodating. However, we have to go mile and mile to evolve as a better society. Each one of us has contact that we receive and support our fellow citizens. We promote understanding and harmony around us. We appreciate different opinions and views and use difference to develop better perspectives. At the end, let me again wish you all the very best of your personal and professional growth. May God bless you. Jai Hind.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their degrees from the President as I call their names and then return to their seats and remain standing. Vijay Savani. Akash Mekwan. Digesh Joshi. Dinesh Prajapati. Ankit Sharma. Rashmi Joshi. Vaishali Dhare. Priyesh Gandhi. Navneet Chauhan. Devendra Pratap Singh. Ankit Borisa. Neha Shah. Prutha Patel. P.A. Padmanabhan. Palak Patel. Mohit Kumar. Mr. President, I present 8 candidates of Faculty of Technology and Engineering, 7 candidates of Faculty of Pharmacy, 3 candidates of Faculty of Science, and 1 candidate of Faculty of Management who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in respective faculty. And I request you to confer the said degrees to the candidates who are present here and also to those candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Technology, Master of Computer Application, and Bachelor of Technology, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I present 312 candidates for the degree of Master of Technology, 60 candidates in Master of Computer Application, and 962 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Technology who have been examined and found qualified for the said degrees, and I request you to confer the said degrees to the candidates who are present here and also to those candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Pharmacy and degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I present 55 candidates for the degree of Master of Pharmacy, 91 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy who have been examined and found qualified for the said degrees, and I request you to confer the said degrees to the candidates who are present here and also to the candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Science, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I present 83 candidates for the degree of Master of Science who have been examined and found qualified for the said degree, and I request you to confer the said degree to the candidates who are present here and also to those candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, degree of BCom LLB Honours and BBA LLB Honours, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I present 19 candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, 1 candidate for the degree of BCom LLB Honours and 2 candidates for the degree of BBA LLB Honours who have been examined and found qualified for the said degrees, and I request you to confer the said degrees to the candidates who are present here and also to those candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration and Bachelor of Business Administration, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I present one candidate for the degree of Master of Business Administration and 54 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration who have been examined and found qualified for the said degrees. And I request you to confer the said degrees to the candidates who are present here and also to those candidates who are permitted to receive the same in absentia.
By the authority given to me by the Board of the Governors as the President of this university, I confirm on you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Engineering, Pharmacy Science and Management, Master of Technology, Master of Computer Application and Bachelor of Technology, Master of Pharmacy and Bachelor of Pharmacy, Master of Science, Master of Law and BCom, LLB Honors and BBA LLM Honors, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, for which you have found qualified, and I charge you that ever in your life by word and by deed you prove yourself worthy of it. I admit the other candidate also for the said degree in absentia.
I will now announce the names of the students who have become eligible for scholastic medals. They will come forward as I call their names and receive their medals from the chief guest. Medals for MTech program. The overall scholastic performance medal goes to Seal Ramanuj. Scholastic Performance Medal, program-wise, Civil Engineering, Computer-Aided Structural Analysis and Design, Ajay Gelot. Chemical Engineering, Environmental Process Design, Shivangi Gosami. Mechanical Engineering, Kurt Kam, Karan Patel. Mechanical Engineering, Thermal Engineering, Kundal Patel. Mechanical Engineering, Design Engineering, Jigesh Mistry. Electrical Engineering, Power, Electronics, Mission and Drives, Devyani Patel. Electrical Engineering, Electrical Power System, Drivil Patel. Instrumentation and Control Engineering, Control and Automation, Sanjay Babaria. Electronics and Communication Engineering, VLSI Design, Zeel Ramanuj. Electronics and Communication Engineering, Kishan Tejwani. Electronics and Communication Engineering, Embedded System, Ravi Munani. Computer Science Engineering, Toshika Jain. Computer Science and Engineering, Information and Network Security, Harsha Punjabi. Computer Science and Engineering, Networking Technologies, Arpita Shah. Medals for MCA program, Scholastic Performance Medal goes to Priya Gupta. Medals for BTech program, the overall Scholastic Performance Medal goes to Rogan Garg. Scholastic Performance Medal, program wise, Civil Engineering, Sayan Chaudhary in absentia. Chemical Engineering, Jimit Patel. Mechanical Engineering, Raghav Gupta in absentia. Electrical Engineering, Dibesh Agarwal. Instrumentation and Control Engineering, Brijesh Savdas. Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sneh Shah in absentia. Computer Engineering, Rogan Garg. Information Technology, Sanjay Chandlekar. Medals for EM-Farm program, Scholastic Performance Medal, program wise, Pharmaceutics, Karthik Padma. Pharmacology, Dhoni Patel. Clinical Pharmacy, Himangi Rawal. Regulatory Affairs, Angana Sastri. Medals for B.Farm program, Scholastic Performance Medal, Tamhida Masi. Medals for MSc program, Scholastic Performance Medal, program wise, Biochemistry, Drudi Dabai. Biotechnology, Anushree Shah. Microbiology, Nidhi Jodhwani. Medals for Master of Laws program, overall Scholastic Performance Medal goes to Taruna Solangi. Thank you, sir.
Dear Dr. Karsanbhai Patel, President of the University, Shri Kat Patel, Vice President, Dr. Anup Singh, Director General, Shri Shaya, Director of Academic and General Administration, distinguished members of Board of Governors, members of the Academic Council, trustees, Director of Institute, invited guests, Dean of the Faculty, Faculty and Staff, media representative, and above all, graduating students and your parents and family members. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel very honored to visit this great land of Mahatma Gandhi, where just 2 weeks ago, on the 2nd of October, you have celebrated his 149th birthday, the Indian national holiday known as Gandhi Jayanti. As you know, this day is celebrated all around the world in Gandhi honors as the International Day of Non-Violence. I am also most grateful to you, President Dr. Karsanbhai Patel, for inviting me to be the chief guest at this year's Convocation. Nirma University is well recognized as one of the India's most successful private universities, held in high esteem in India and abroad. I am privileged to be associated with it in this formal day. I hope that I will prove worthy of the confidence you have placed in me. My dear young friends, graduating students, today is your day, an important day in your life. It is a significant achievement, a milestone in the journey to reach your dream of a bright, successful life, serving your role model as well as your family and your country. So please start by giving yourself a big round of applause. I am sure that Even to enter this university was not an easy task. You face tough competition, your classes, your research, your examination over the past years sometimes felt very difficult or challenging. But today, with hard work and dedication, you have earned your degrees, diplomas and awards. Today is a moment of pride for you and also for your teachers, parents, and to all those who had played a dedicated role in shaping your life so far. My friends, today may feel like the last day of an important journey. I can tell you it is also the first day, the beginning of an even more important journey. Your next mission, your career, your life you begin today will be your contribution to your country, to the world, and to humankind. You have been well prepared. You are the product of a fine university. You have much to contribute. The mission begins today. India is a vibrant and incredible country. It has diversified programs in every field of science and technology, to be specific. Programs in the agriculture, healthcare, water management, environment, information technology, transportation, defense, space exploration, and last but not the least, in energy, with innovative nuclear science and technology. India has large industrial sectors in power, steel, fertilizer, electronics, domestic product, chemistry, and many more. Each of these fields had opportunity waiting for you as graduates for further development. Innovation and development are the backbone of India's progress. I encourage you to make this your mission and vision. It is a universal vision, and your contribution to this mission will be a contribution to all of our society. How do I know these things? First, I can tell you a little bit about myself. I am a physicist and chemist and a French university professor. For many years, I loved teaching and working with the students to try to fulfill their thirst for knowledge and understanding of the world around you. I have been in charge of large projects for France with international partnership. Many of these projects related to sustainable energy, renewable energies and nuclear energy. Throughout my life, I have worked for the development of these technologies for France, but also for many other countries, including India, and also for the future of my children and future generation. I have been very fortunate indeed to have the opportunity to work side by side with prominent Indian scientists and engineers. Today, I work for the development of fusion energy, a sustainable energy that could change our future, the future of mankind. Fusion is the most abundant source of energy in the universe. It is the energy of the sun and stars. The question for several decades is how mankind can harness this energy as a safe, economically competitive source of electricity at the commercial and industrial scale. I am now very fortunate to be in charge of the most challenging fusion energy programs in the world, the ITER Project, working in close collaboration with India and 34 other countries. I have been asked to describe this project briefly to give you an understanding of what we can achieve through the international cooperation. So, let me go. So you will see space. Where is the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, you can stand over here, sir.
Okay. So, thank you. So you see, here's the ITER project, and we are trying to work together to build a better future. Here is a ITER site. It is a large platform, nearly 45 hectares, 1 kilometer long, and nearly 450 meters large. And you see, you have at the center what we call the Tokamak. The Tokamak is a torus which is embedded in a magnetic cage in order to be able to make this fusion plasma working properly. So, this project is indeed so large that even the most powerful country as India or United States or China could not afford alone. We need to cooperate in order to be able to deliver what is expected. And so you see, it will be the largest scientific collaboration without any equivalent in history. Fusion, as I said, is quite, universal. It is exactly what powers the sun and the star. The sun is just a huge bubble of hydrogen. It is weighing nearly 300,000 times the weight of Earth, and at the center of the sun, the hydrogen is a solid material with a density which is nearly 100 times the density of steel. And at this density, the gravitational forces force the hydrogen nuclei to get closer and closer and to be trapped and produce helium and some neutrons. It's exactly what powers the sun. The temperature of the core of the sun is 15 million of degrees. So it works now for billion of years and will go on for another billion of years. So this is not affordable on Earth, is why the physicist has been bright enough to imagine something completely different. Not to use a very dense plasma, but a very low density plasma. The density of the plasma for the ITER will be 1/1,000,000 the density of the atmosphere. And at this density, we will heat up the hydrogen to get a temperature 10 times the core of the sun, 150 million of degrees. And at this temperature, when the two hydrogen nuclei will get closer and collide, they will fuse the same as in the sun and produce these two famous particles, which are helium and neutrons, which will escape with an energy which is 5 times up to 20 times larger than the energy of the colliding particles. And so, how could we do that? It's very simple. Just put it in a large magnetic cages. Maybe you know, when you have magnetic forces, if you have nearby electrical particles, they will be captured by the magnetic field and they will spin around the magnetic line, continuously accelerating. So if you have a sufficiently large vacuum and a large torus, it's enough time to get the proper speed equivalent to temperature when the hydrogen will fuse. It is this principle which is quite simple, we have to deliver. The very good benefit is 1 gram of hydrogen when it fuses is the equivalent to the burning of instantaneous 8 tons of oil. It's a big reward. So, it's because fusion has many advantages. First, it's because it could produce massive energy in a predictable way, continuous way, or even variable power, which could be complementary of the renewable energy which are intermittent and diffuse. And second, it is safe, intrinsically safe, because at a given time you have only 2 grams of fuel which are within the fusion reactors. And we produce only helium, which is, as you know, inert gas and without any radioactivity. And last, but not maybe the least, we are nearly endless supply of fuel for millions of years and widely distributed around the world. So it is all, with all this advantage that the 7 large countries cooperating with ITER want to invest in ITER. Fusion is not new on Earth, neither. Now for more than 60 years, there are many devices all around the world, including in India, where you have observed fusion. But the size of these devices are so small, you could not expect to have a net fusion power production. Is why ITER is so large, is to be able to do that. And again, I just want to repeat that size matter. The world record now is belonging to an equipment which are in Great Britain near Oxford, and you see the volume of the plasma is 80 cubic meter. We will have in ITER a volume of plasma which is 10 times more, 800 cubic meter. And in this device in Europe, what we call the Joint European Torus, you have to feed 23 megawatt of heat in order to get only 16 megawatt. In our case, we will double, okay, the heating power, which will be 50 megawatt, and indeed we will get 30 times more energy. So size is absolutely critical, and it is why we need this large cooperation. So, as you see, a large agreement, what it calls the ITER agreement, has been signed indeed in 2006 in Paris, and maybe you recognize some of the Indian, okay, most talented scientists, Dr. Kadodkar, which has been signing for India, and for 35 years now, they will work together in order to deliver. And you see, it's quite impressive that the 7 members are representing more than 50% of the world population and about 85% of the global GDP. Sorry? Okay, no, sorry. So, we work in the most integrated way, which means that the 7 ITER members are procuring in kind the component needed to assemble, okay, these devices. It's quite a challenge, as you could imagine, to have all these people deciding on their own how to produce the different parts, but it was a precondition to work all together. So they have decided to, okay, build this ITER Tokamak. It's just a cut of this. I don't want to go in too much detail. You see, the orange part is what we call the vacuum vessel. At the center of this vacuum vessel, you will have the plasma, 150 million degrees. The temperature of the vacuum vessel, which will be cooled down by water, will be around 200 degrees. And this tokamak, this vacuum vessel, is indeed embedded in a magnetic cage, the blue part, which are the superconducting coils, which are cooled down at minus 270 degrees. It is the most extreme temperature gap you will ever see in the universe. 150 million degrees, and a few meters away, it's minus 270 near the absolute low temperature. And all these things are embedded in a large, what we call a cryostat, in order to preserve the low temperature of the coils. And because this is done in France, you see, we like this comparison. It will altogether weigh nearly 3.5 times the weight of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, and as I explained to you, the big challenge is to be able to manufacture a huge magnetic cages. It will be the largest one. It is nearly as high as a 7th floor building, and you see the size of the people nearby, and it has to be positioned with the magnetic axis, which is in a position which is within half of a millimeter. So the challenge is size and precision. So just how it works. Again, you do the vacuum in the chamber, you inject 2 grams of hydrogen, you make an electrical discharge, you create the plasma separating the electrons and the protons, and immediately, due to the magnetic cages, you will have a huge current, which will heat up the plasma, and with some extra heating, you will get very soon the 150 million degrees, and you start to fuse hydrogen and produce energy. So, clearly, India is a strategic partner for this project. It became a member in December 2005. Its share is representing a value of 9.1%, but it will have access to 100% of the facility, and it is producing many pieces. And you see, it's a ceremony. I had having what we call a breaking coconuts. We are trying to take advantage of the tradition, Indian tradition, to give good coverage from the gods. So you see this cryostat. It is indeed done by an Indian company, Larsen & Toubro, and it is the largest box. we ever built. It will be nearly 30 meter high, 30 meter diameters, and with 280 penetration in order to feed, okay, the fuel and all these things. Very challenging, and it is really very successful so far. You see, it's the site where they are doing, it's like a can, a big can. We have a base, you have what we call lower cylinder, upper cylinder, but the size is, okay, of each of these pieces is weighing nearly 1,500 tons to be assembled with a very high precision. Okay? We have also a large contribution of India on the cryogenic plant. It will be the largest cryogenic plant in the world, and it is an Indian company, Inox, which provides part of this cryogenic plant in order to produce liquid helium at minus 270 degrees. Also, the cooling circuit is provided by India, and it's very challenging. It's nearly 20 kilometers of piping which have to be assembled with high precision. So, I am pleased to inform you that last November we have been able to reach over 50% of the completion of the total construction work scope through what we call first plasma in 2025, and we are progressing quite well, and our expectation is to be still on track for first plasma 2025. So I invite you to feel very cautious about this date of 2025. So to conclude, a few pictures of the work site. You see at the center is what we call the bioshield wall. It's a large concrete cylinder, 35 meter diameter, 35 meter high, in order to protect the environment, with this fast neutron. And where we will position inside, the Tokamak. And you see behind there is a assembling hall. We will be expanded to cover the Tokamak building, and I will explain to you what is the purpose of this assembling hall. And also you have some of the auxiliary building in order to deliver the cooling power as well as the power for the coils. Okay, so right now the Tokamak is moving on. It's not just a dreaming project; it's a real concrete. Is a new picture of the bioshield wall, and at the bottom of the bioshield wall you have what we call the crown. The crown is where we will be sitting the cryostat and all the components. It's a little bit fancy. Usually the crown is on the top of the head of the king. In that case, it will be at the bottom of the installation. Okay? Again, here is the assembling hall. You have to imagine that we will have to pre-assemble some component which will be weighing each part a few hundred tons, sizing nearly 20 meters with a precision of millimeter. So this assembling hall is now completed, and there is a crane which is able to lift up to 1,500 tons and position the equipment very precisely. Precision is a key word. Okay. Now, to terminate, who manufacture what? And you see, in the joint ITER agreement, there is a breaking down of the various components, and any country, is associated to produce part of them, this component. And I just want to show you worldwide, all this equipment are going on. Some in China, for example, they are finishing now one of the what we call horizontal coils. It will weigh, nearly 350 tons. It comes from China and it will be shipped to Europe. And again, India is making this huge cryostat box. Korea is making what we call the vacuum vessel sectors and all these things. And I am very pleased to say that engineers are really magicians. We have to fix together, the casing in which we will implement the coils. The coils is ceramics. Ceramics, as you know, is fragile. It will not be able to sustain the huge magnetic forces. So you have to put them in a case, And this case is made of two parts. Each part is 20 meters long, 150 tons nearly, and you have to assemble with a precision which was below millimeter. And first try, first success in last December. So we have to be trustful in the capacity of the engineering and the industry when they are to deliver. Again, the same, okay, in India, where they are now developing some of the material for the different piece of the devices. All this equipment are moved from India, from Korea, from China, from Japan, from the US, on the sea. They are crossing what we call a small sea near France, and they are moved on 100 kilometers, 3 nights, with a speed of 5 to 10 kilometers per hour, and they are sitting now on the side. So, right now there is nearly 9 billion of euro in industrial contract all over the world in order to deliver this equipment. I am very pleased with this picture. I came in 2015 in March, and my office is just in front of the work site. And in the middle of the day, I saw the sky getting gray, getting very dark, because a thunderstorm was coming. So I take my cell phone, I take the picture, and indeed I was fortunate enough to capture some plasma coming on the ITER side. So I believe that God has made a clear indication. It is the right place to be in order to demonstrate that plasma could be confined. So it's my pleasure, to have introduced you, and I guess now the ITER is moving forward with the full support of all the ITER members. Let me conclude. Now I have given you this overview of the future of fusion energy and the ITER project. My key message today to you is to embrace the bright future that lies before you. Use your fresh minds. Be creative. Be positive. Think globally. Act locally. Always consider what is the best contribution you could make to the future of India and the future of our global society. None of these goals can be promoted only in words. They must be demonstrated through your action, your ethical way of working, your integrity, your teammate spirit, your honest service to the people around you, your hard work and dedication to your goals. In whatever field you will work, in whatever sector, whatever company or organization, always remember that your contribution is a vital part of the society. Speaking for my generation, I can tell you the world will be ready to welcome you. We need your energy, your intelligence, and your creativity. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors, and once again, thank you for the honor of sharing your special day with me. Thank you very much.
Chief guest of today's function, Dr. Bernard Bigot, Director General, ITER Organization, respected Patel Sahab, President Nirma University, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, the respected trustees of NERF, august members of Academic Council, heads of institutions, officials of the university, members of faculty and staff, graduating students and their family members, members of media, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the beginning, I'd like to join Dr. Patel Sahab and Dr. Bigot in congratulating the graduating students of various institutes as well as graduating PhD students. I also congratulate parents for the success of their wards. I'd like to share a few achievements of the University and Institute of Technology, Pharmacy and Science for the last year. The university was ranked among the top 100 Indian universities by NERF, Ministry of HRD, Government of India. The university was also ranked highly by other ranking agencies. The Institute of Technology continues to be the most preferred institute in the state of Gujarat. It has been consistently ranked among the top 20 self-financed engineering colleges in the country by the private ranking agencies. The institute also received the Outstanding Educational Institute Award during the 9th ABP News National Education Awards. The students brought accolades to the institute, notable amongst them the 8th-time National Robocon Championship representing India at the International Robocon event in Vietnam, where the team won the award for innovative design, winning the Mitsubishi Silver Cup and the first prize in endurance test in the Sai Baha M vehicle competition added to the glory. Faculty members have published 78 papers, 129 conference papers, 2 books and 17 chapters in books. The focus of the research has paid off, and they have got several projects. The institute has completely overhauled the undergraduate program structure, bringing in more flexibility, interdisciplinary minors, and new courses. The institute is very much active with its collaboration with industry and foreign university. This year, MOUs were signed with the University of Georgia, Athens, Binghamton University, New York, Carleton University, Canada, University of Houston, Iowa State University, University of Newcastle, and Illinois Institute of Technology. The International Conference NewCon was organized in November 2017, and the main theme of the conference was Technology Drivers, the Growth Engine. A total of 227 companies visited the institute, and the highest salary offered was 18 lakhs. The Institute of Pharmacy received 18th rank in the All India level NIRF conducted by Ministry of HRD, Government of India. Dr. Manjunath Gate received the prestigious APT Principal of the Year, and Dr. Preeti Mehta received the prestigious APT Women of the Year Award. A total of 11 major research projects and 23 minor research projects are currently being conducted. Faculty members have published 46 research papers. 23 companies visited the institute for the campus interview, and 48 students were placed. The Institute of Science was able to implement FEAST program awarded by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The 44th Annual Conference of Indian Immunology Society was organized by the Institute, and it hosted 300 participants from diverse locations and domains. Faculty members completed 3 major research grants and are working on 11 ongoing projects. Further, they have received a sanction of 2 new research projects, 1 book, 2 book chapters, and 26 papers in international journals were published by faculty. Dr. Sarad Dalai received Best Professor in Science award by Devang Mehta National Education Awards. Dear graduating students, the future of workplaces opens a host of unprecedented opportunities as well as responsibilities towards societal goals. I am sure that you would be able to respond to them and make us proud through your distinctive contributions and achievement. Wish you all the very best for your professional and personal lives. Jai Hind.
I declare the convocation closed.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे